What's up, y'all? This is Dan Camacho, and I have a very special episode for you today. Today, I'm not going to talk about cryptocurrency. I am going to talk about AI. I'm going to talk about how to use AI to create content, to create marketing material, to create a new product creation, or whatever it is you would like. I'm not talking about a fancy little tool here. This is a very, very simple way that you could create content, scalable content across all your social media platform channels, across all your different web properties, across all your blog posts, across all your email channels. You could create so much content from this tool that I'm about to show you. It's going to blow your mind. It's very easy to use. It's very scalable, and it is affordable to the threshold that you want to use it. What am I talking about right now, guys? I am talking about a special tool called GPT for Work. GPT for Excel, Word, Google Sheets, and Docs. This is a game changer. I've been using this now for a while. I traditionally come from a marketing background, and this literally blew my mind when I saw the power of what you could actually do with this simple tool. Nothing fancy here, guys, but it will blow your mind on what you can actually do with this tool. Let's jump right into this because this is a very, very special episode that I want you to take advantage of. This is not a promotional video at all. I'm not getting paid anything to give you this information at all. It's just a way that I want you to learn how you can create content very quickly with a one-man team, with a very small team, to really explode your content marketing efforts instantly and on the fly. Let's jump right in. All right, so what am I talking about here? I'm talking about GPT for Excel, Word, Google Sheets, and Docs. Imagine having ChatGPT directly inside of your documents. So that's exactly what this tool is. You could rewrite or write and edit copy. You can data prep. You could clean lists, extract entities, normalize formats. You could analyze data. You could summarize data. It works with multiple different models across GPT, OpenAI, right? GPT 3.5, GPT-4, GPT-4 Turbo, Claude from Anthropic, so forth and so on. This is an absolute game changer tool. I don't want to just stay here on this webpage right here. I want to actually go in and show you exactly how to use this and how to actually scale your content very, very easily, okay? And now I'll just give you a quick couple highlights here. Clean lists for GPT for Excel sheets. So you can clean your list, like if you have a name, right, that is dirty, it's in a dirty format or whatnot, you could actually clean that instantly through using this tool. You could generate tags with this GPT for Excel. You could create product names, descriptions. You can develop creative content that you can use to then promote out your product. You could create product descriptions for GPT, Excel, and Google Sheets. So you could create, like right here, it's saying, a description of a banana, a strawberry, pineapple. It gets way, way better than that and a lot more complex. So enough with the kind of summary of what this tool is. Let's actually jump in and actually see how this tool actually works. All right. So what I have done is I have actually prepared a document for you. And I will go into the costs of this. There's a cost estimator here, and then there's a number of functions that you could use to actually make this tool work. Keep in mind that you will actually need to use an OpenAI API key to make this work, but it's not hard to set up, which I could show you how to do that as well. So here's my Google Sheet. So what I did is I simply opened up a Google Sheet. I'm going to name it Gaming Concepts. And I'm going to show you how you can create a huge amount of gaming concepts instantly on the fly. And I'm going to basically show you how you can create a business out of this really on the fly and overnight. So very easy. So the way I've set this Google Sheet up is I have labeled it Gaming Concepts, right? In the first column, I have the actual game concept. In the next column, I have a prompt, which will explain what to fill in for that gaming concept. Create a clever and unique yet simple game that involves up to 3 players. It must be addictingly fun and exciting and include strategy, okay? And the value here that I've put, the value, which I'll change this color to, let's just say orange. I'll say the value is what the theme of the game should actually be about, right? And then I go on and list a few more different fields here. The game name, the game description, the game design, a blog post, and an email. So I'm going to create a whole entire game concept or a concept of a game. I'm based around this particular value that I've set here. Then I'm going to have this tool write the name of the game, write the description of the game, create an actual design prompt for this game that I could then go and create a design with, which I'll show you here in a moment. And then I'm going to have it write a blog post and an actual email that then I can use for my marketing materials. You can also, include social media posts. You can include whatever you want, right? There's a lot of flexibility and a lot of options here, but I'm going to keep it simple and show you how this works. All right. So the first one, I'm going to first create the gaming concept, right? And I've written the prompt, like I said, create a clever and unique yet simple game that involves up to 3 players. It must be addictingly fun and exciting and include strategy. And in this case, I'm going to make the game about pets. The theme of the game will be pets, okay? So all you do is you click equals GPT, you click, you put a little parenthesis here, you click on the prompt itself, then you put a comma, and then you include the value or theme. That's it. And it's going to now create a gaming concept which is about pets. Let's see what this comes up with. And it actually works relatively quickly. And then next, after I do this, I'm going to create the name of a game, a description of the game, a design, and a blog post, and an email, as I said. And I'm going to go down the list. I'm going to do this for a fantasy game, a game about cities, a game about money, and then a game for cryptocurrencies specifically. I'm going to say cities right there. Fantasy, money, we'll modify here. While that's loading, while that GPT is actually loading and writing the content for me and creating this game concept for me, I want to highlight something very, very important. Now, it can do this at scale, right? Now, all you would need to do is put in the prompt. You just copy this prompt, and you'd copy it all the way down for all of these different values. And I could do as many as I want. I could do as many names of a game as I want. I'm going to copy this prompt for the actual game name. I'm going to copy this prompt down for the description. I'm going to copy this prompt down for the game design. And I'm going to copy it down for the blog post. And then also, lastly, the email as well. All right. So now I have my prompts that I've written, and you can do this as many times as you want. Keep in mind that there is a cost associated with this, right? You have to actually purchase credits for this particular tool to use it, but then you also get charged by token by using the OpenAI API. It's reasonably affordable. You could control the costs right here, right? Yeah, on the right-hand side, you could open up GPT for Sheets and Docs, and you can control all different types of behaviors. You can include, what level of creativity. You can include, the number of max tokens you want to use to create it. You can choose which model you want to actually use, whether GPT 3.5, whether GPT-4. Right here, I've used GPT-4 in preview, but there's a whole host of models that you can actually use in order to use this tool. Okay. All right. So it looks like it has now created my game. Look at this. Incredible. Literally, with just in a prompt, it created this game name. It actually created a game name for me, which I wasn't even expecting. I was going to do that in a separate prompt, but it's called Pet Park Tycoon. The overview of the game: Pet Park Tycoon is a strategic board game where up to 3 players compete to create the most popular and profitable pet park. Players must manage resources, attract various pets, and outmaneuver their opponents to become the ultimate pet park mogul. The objective of the game, the goal of the game is to have the most points at the end of 10 rounds, which are earned by attracting pets, building attractions, and satisfying pet needs. And then it lists out the components of the game: a game board depicting an empty pet park with different zones, resource cards for money, food, toys, and staff, pet cards, different types of pets with each specific needs, attraction tiles, 3-player tokens, scorecard and markers, and a set of dice. It then goes on to give you the setup. Each player chooses a token and places it at the entrance of the pet park. Shuffle the resource cards and deal 5 to each player. Shuffle the pet cards and place them face down in a draw pile. Lay out the attraction tiles face up for purchase. Each player starts with 10 points on the scorecard, right? And then it tells you actually how to play the game. It gives you the strategy of the game, the end of the game scenario of what that will look like to actually win. And then it explains why it's addicting. Why is this game addicting, right? So this is absolutely incredible. I literally just created this game from a single prompt using this tool in Google Sheets here, right? So that is incredible. Now, what if I wanted to create 100 games, right? And what if I wanted to post 100 games to a website? Well, I would simply copy this prompt down. I would simply add the values right on the right-hand side here. And then I would just add everything accordingly, right? So for the game name, I'm going to do the same thing. Equals GPT, write a clever, well, let's read that first. So for the game name, I said, write a clever and catchy name for this game. It already created a game name in the concept, so I might not need to do that, but just I'll show you how it works. ChatGPT equals GPT, then the prompt itself, and then I'm going to actually put the value as the description of the game or what the game is. And let's see what it comes up with. It'll probably come up with the same name, Pet Park Tycoon, right? I'm assuming it will. And you could actually combine these prompts as well. So you could use and logic to actually combine values together in multiple fields. You could do all kinds of things. So this actually created a different name. Well, actually, it did a little bit more. It said Furtastic Fortune, the Pet Park Tycoon game. All right. So it created a name for us. That's very clever. Okay. So created a name. Now let's create a simple description of the game. So we have a name, we have the game concept. Now let's create a game description. Equals GPT. And then I said, write a clever and catchy game description. And again, I'm going to use the description. I'm going to use the value over here as the actual concept. And it should write a description in 1 to 200 words about this particular game, right? This could be your summary or an overview of the game that you could put on a website. It could be anything like this. And the cool thing about this is that once you have all this information here, you could then take this spreadsheet and you could actually upload it into a website, into WordPress, into Webflow, into whatever content management system or CMS you want. And then you'll have an engine to fully build content out for your website. In the future, maybe I'll build out a website like this for you, and I'll show you exactly how that works. Maybe I'll do one around cryptocurrency because this is pretty fascinating that it can do this, right? All right, so while it's coming up with the game description, I'm going to go ahead and ask it to make a game design. I'm going to say, write a design prompt for this game to visually articulate the concept, okay? So I'm going to go back over to the game design. I'm going to do GPT equals GPT. I'm going to highlight the prompt here, and I'm going to say game design. I will go ahead again, and I'm actually going to wait till the description is ready here. So I'm going to use that as the value. I'm not going to click enter yet because I think it still needs to load the description. Actually, let me do this. I'll cut it. There we go. And then once this is done, I'll use the game description to create the actual design of the game itself. Okay. While it's doing that, oh, here it goes. It's going to load up. It's going to, welcome to the whimsical. Okay. So it actually created it. It says, welcome to the whimsical world of Pet Park Tycoon, where your dreams of running the ultimate pet paradise can come true. In this enchanting strategic board game, 1 to 3 players vie for the title of the most successful pet park entrepreneur. With a roll of the dice and a sharp business mind, you'll juggle resources, cater to cuddly critters, and outsmart your rivals in a fun-filled race to park supremacy. And then it gives, a bit more of a description of the game itself, okay? So we have a game description, all right? Let's do a game design. I'll show you that one more time. You say equals GPT, put a little parentheses there. And I'm going to say the prompt is to write a design prompt. So it's in this field. And then the value I'm going to use is the actual game description itself. So now what this is going to do is it's going to create a design prompt that I could then use in DALL-E or Midjourney or anywhere else to actually create an image for this game. Okay. So while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and open up ChatGPT, and I'm going to open up DALL-E here, and I'm going to show you how you can create a design. So we're at ChatGPT 4, where you can use DALL-E. I'm also going to open up Midjourney. Let's just open up. Let's open up Discord because that's where you use Midjourney to create imagery, which I could show you at a different point in time. But right now it's opening up Discord and we're opening up ChatGPT. Let's go back to our spreadsheet. All right, so here's where we could create an actual image in Midjourney. Let's go all the way down to the bottom here. These aren't my images. This is just how Midjourney works to create imagery. Okay, I'll go back over to my spreadsheet here. And we have a design prompt, okay? Here's the design prompt. Wow, that's a pretty long design prompt. I was not expecting that. Let's put in that entire design prompt and let's see what the output is. I would rather it be simplified, so I may actually change this. Let's change the design prompt to say, the thing is it can update on the fly. So write a design prompt for this game to visually articulate the concept in 200 words, okay? Now it's going to update that to be a little bit more concise into 200 words, but I'm going to use the existing one anyway. I'm going to say in ChatGPT, create a design concept based on this description. Wait, no, sorry. Create a design, a new design based on this description. I'm going to paste in the original. Let's see what that comes up with. And then for Midjourney here, you have to say /image. And then, whoops, /image. And then you, whoops, image. Let's use this one. And the prompt, we'll put in that. And then let's see what that works out there, okay? I'm gonna do this again. Here it is. It's creating the image for me here. I'm going to do this 2 different times because I think the output will be a little bit better, but I'll show you what I mean here in a moment. It's working. It's working. It'll come up here in just a moment. It's going to be thinking here in Midjourney. It's 35% done. Here it is. It's starting to come up with the design concept here. Oh, here it comes. It's actually creating my design concept on the fly. Okay. Oh, look at that. Let's proceed. Okay, so this is the visual concept that it came up with for my pet board game. Pretty interesting design concept that you can kind of use to articulate what you want to do. Now let's do the same thing with the new design prompt that should be articulate. Oh, it's still pretty long. It actually didn't do it in 200 words. It should have. I probably need to put a little bit better of a description in there. Let's do it again. Now do the same for this. And let's see what that one comes up with. Let's see what Midjourney came up with here. Oh, where's my design prompt here? There it is. So check this out. It came up with 4 different designs. If you could see this, okay, let's make this a little bigger. All right, so it came up with 4 different designs: Pet Park Tycoon, Pet Park Tycoon, Pet Park Tycoon, and all different styles of this particular game, right? That is absolutely insane. It just did this. I created this in let's see, it's been about 15 minutes. This is absolutely crazy, okay? So now let's do one more. Let's go down to the bottom here and use that new description. We'll say /image. We'll say /image prompt, and we'll click Control V. And then here we go. Here, it's going to create another one. Let's see if Dolly has created another one. Oh, look at that concept. Another very awesome concept that you could see here that it created. Absolutely insane that I could just do this in a few minutes, okay? This changes the game for content creation, guys. This changes the game for scaling content. I'm going to wait on this Midjourney concept to finish up here, but you get the power of what I'm trying to do here, okay? Now, check this out. Now, I have a prompt that I've created a concept of a game. I've created the name of a game. I've created the description of the game. I've created a design for the game. Now I can actually start to write a blog post. Let's write a blog post, all right? So in GPT, we'll say, we'll go to the prompt. It says write a blog post here. I'm going to use it based on the, let's just say on the description, okay? All right, we'll press enter, and it's going to actually create a blog post for me based on the description of the game and based on my prompt. I said, write a blog post to explain the game and why someone would want to play it. Make a potential player want to play. Same thing with email. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say GPT, and I'm going to go ahead to the prompt. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to use the description again to make the email. So I'm going to make an email. Okay, it wrote my blog post. All right, let's check out what it says. Okay. It says, unleash your inner entrepreneur with Pet Park Tycoon, a game of strategy, cuteness, and competition. And then it goes on to write a blog post for me, right? It says, have you ever dreamed of creating a place where joy and tail wags never end, where the meows and purrs of satisfaction echo throughout the air? If so, prepare to immerse yourself in the delightful and competitive world of Pet Park Tycoon. This charming board game transforms you into an inspiring entrepreneur aiming to build the most enchanting park ever seen, okay? This is insane. So I have a full blog post, And now it's writing me an email. While it's loading that email, let's go back to Discord and let's go see. Oh, here's the new concept that it created. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see these different concepts that it's created. You can kind of see these concepts that it's created for my board game here, okay? So this was all done in under 20 minutes for one particular board game. Now think about this. If you wanted to make 100 board games, what would you do? You would basically go into this spreadsheet and you would populate, 100 different values all the way down, right? All the way down here. And then you can create all different types of games, based on just this simple drag and drop tool. Nothing fancy, right? But extremely, extremely powerful. Still working on my email. It's just about done here, and I will go explain what that is. Here we go. There's my email. So it came up with an email subject line: Unleash your inner entrepreneur with Pet Park Tycoon, the game everyone's barking about. It's even clever, right? Hey there, animal aficionado. Have you ever dreamt of running your very own pet paradise filled with the purrs and contentment and the wagging tails of furry friends? Well, dream no more, because Pet Park Tycoon is here to turn your board game table into an ultimate pet playground. And then it goes down and explains all the reasons why you want to play the game, what the game is, the concept, blah, 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 and so forth, right? So I did all of this. I created a game from scratch with just a couple different design, with a couple different prompts in like 5 minutes, okay? I want to do this now for cryptocurrency. This video is getting a little bit long, so I'll do this maybe in a part 2, but I'll create a cryptocurrency game or something similar to that using this tool as a round 2, and I'll show you exactly how that works, okay? Now, I am just blown away by this tool. This is incredible. And if you want to check it out, it's GPT for Excel, Word, Google Sheets, and Docs, gptforwork.com. This is Dan Camacho. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. This can scale your content beyond your wildest dreams. I mean, this is a content marketer's dream. You could build websites with this. You could do all hosts of number of different things, okay? I will be back for a round 2, but hopefully this was helpful. Please go ahead and subscribe down below if you found this useful. Give me a comment if you have any ideas for how to use this, and I'll see you next time.